Just tell Vanessa, just tell Vanessa. Just tell Vanessa now, tell Vanessa now. Just tell Vanessa, just tell Vanessa.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Tell Vanessa. I'm your host Vanessa Krystle, and this is the show where current affairs meets reality talk. Each and every week we cover an interesting topical debate, highlight a community issue or business, and you tell me your dilemmas. And then we finish with some good music. So for the next 30 minutes, sit back, relax and enjoy Tell Vanessa.
Just tell Vanessa, just tell Vanessa.
Black Lives Matter movement grown in momentum in America and here in the UK. There's been a notable increase in many people calling for black-owned institutions and banks. But this is not a new phenomenon, especially in America where there used to be many black-owned banks. But with the growing integration of cultures, this has gradually eroded. But with the call for more black-owned businesses here in the UK, are we taking a step backwards in terms of integration, or are we creating a new future? So my question to the panel today is, black economics, is it separatism or the way forward? Good evening.
Good evening.
Please tell the viewers who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm Dyer, of the African Cooperative, founder of the African Cooperative Union, and also known as the ACU.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm Krystle Downie, founder of It's My Magazine, and I work with the ACU.
My name is Daniel Lister. I'm the founder of My Black Market and Buy Black Clothing.
Okay. So my first question is to you, Daniel. Yeah. You own My Black Market. Please tell the viewers, just so they can put it into perspective, what is black capitalism and black economics?
Well, black economics is, when you look at the word economics, it comes from the word economy. The word economy is basically about sharing and circulating your resources. So when we're talking about black economics, we're talking about creating a system in which we can circulate our resources within our community.
So you recently tried to open a black bank.
That's correct.
And it wasn't successful. Tell me a little bit about what happened.
A long story short, basically, I tried to go through the process of opening a bank. Now, in this country, it's very different to America, where you see lots of local community black-owned banks. Over here, banking is very much different. It's very much harder to get involved into the banking system. In this country, they haven't had a new banking license in over 100 years. That's any kind of company. Any kind of business, whether black or other. All the banks that you do see, the new ones open up like Metro Bank and Virgin Money Bank.
Yeah.
These are old banks that have been rebranded into look like they're new banks. So I attempted to do it and go through all the system and met with all the companies, the visas and the banking people that create the software and that. And the end result of that was basically that we as a community, the black community, are not ready to have our black-owned bank because we're not unified and we don't have a community. We basically just have neighborhoods where we live together, but we don't have a economy. We don't share resources, we don't share information, we don't act as one unit. So the idea of me creating My Black Market is to put a system in place where we can do all those things, and then it'll be an easy step to go into the banking system from there.
Okay. So, Brother Akram, you set up the African Cooperative Union, and that is the only cooperative in the UK for black enterprise. Why did you actually decide to set up the ACU?
Well, I decided to set up the ACU because of my experiences having business and working in Africa, and having listened to the radio show here, asking the question, what can be done about the black situation here? Many of our people are in prisons and other things like that. And my thought was that the only way that we can move forward, like Daniel says, we're very small in communities. You know, we don't have anything large enough. And for me, the only way that we can move forward is to create the largest business that black people has ever known. And the only way I saw that we could do that is coming together as a cooperative, right? And that's why I went around and set up the African Cooperative Union.
So how does the African Cooperative Union work? Because I know that you're regulated by the FSA, is it?
Yeah, we're regulated by the FSA, and it works like standard cooperative because we have to follow the 7 principles of the cooperative rules and regulation.
Okay.
And we have had in setting it up, we had to have the cooperative organization helping us to set it up so that we fall in the line and the standards with what a cooperative is. So this is what it's all about.
So, Krystle, you're an entrepreneur, you're a young woman. Many people might be saying, is this kind of an outdated notion, especially as we live in a community where we're all integrated, we're classed as Black British, yeah? So why did you feel the need to get involved with a company like the ACU?
Well, I think even though we are actually united or unified, it's 2016, there are still vast disparities between different communities. I think the issue is a lot of mainstream communities have had opportunities in terms of more access to bank loans to start businesses. We sort of are struggling behind, particularly when we compare ourselves to Polish communities and more recent communities that are Asian communities, etc. So I think it's very well and good that we're all here. It's 2016, but we still are a long way behind in terms of economic status. And I think as a community, the cooperative structure is the only way that I see works. I think, anyone who's interested in becoming a member, you pay a share, you pay an annual fee, but then that amount gets invested back into infrastructure, be it Black businesses, Black housing, Black media, anything that actually positively reinforces the community. And I think that's sadly, lacking at the moment.
There was an email and a text going around at the moment, and it was about us boycotting some of the larger institutions like Tesco's, for example. But a lot of people are actually saying, well, if we're going to be boycotting places like Tesco's, where would we go? For example, the Jewish community, they have their own supermarkets and many places they can go and buy their own products, their own food. And with the newly established Polish community, that's the same as well. They can come here, they've got their own supermarkets. So if they had to boycott some of the big markets like Tesco's, Asda, they have an alternative to use. The actual Black community here, or the so-called Black community here, there isn't Black supermarkets. What would we do in terms of a structure?
I think that's why the ACU is so good. As a whole, they approve different business ideas. And one of the big ideas is the community supermarket, whereby the ACU members can buy shares in it. And it's obviously, we can have imports from Africa, imports from other places. But it's about having that hub. So if we do have a boycott of, for example, I think Asda was mentioned because it's connected to Walmart in America, then we have a viable alternative. At the moment, there isn't much. So, if you boycott Tesco, Waitrose, etc., you're going to probably the Asian off-license, and there's not any Black alternative. So it's not being separatist, it's about providing our own, and that way we can provide jobs, we can provide role models, and I think the community needs more of that at the moment.
So, because some people knew that we were going to be doing this show today, I got some emails in, so I'm going to ask the panel some of these questions. The first one will go to you, Daniel, yeah? Is it time for us to focus on integration rather than segregation? Shouldn't we be looking at how we can work together rather than focusing on separatism?
Well, we are integrated. The issue is our fights have been for so-called civil rights, and these civil rights are more about integrating socially. So we are integrated socially. We can drink from the same water fountains, or we can go into the same businesses, but we're not integrated economically, which is the issue. It's the economic deprivation is what we're struggling from. The root of all of our problems are from the lack of having an economic base for us to build on. Anytime, as Krystle said, we try to get banking loans in order to develop businesses that will help flourish the community, we can't get those. So it's the lack of economics which we're not integrated in, but we are integrated socially, and this is where the problem's coming in.
And they also say that, the pound in the Jewish community, it goes around 8 times, it circulates before leaving the Jewish community. In the Black community, or Afro-Caribbean community, it's 0 to 1 time. So that means that all the sort of profits that go along with that pound being spent, we're not benefiting from. And why is that? Maybe we need more businesses, we need more of a cohesive structure. Yeah. But I think that's what the ACU can do. It can offer that alternative, because a lot of times people are scared to sort of, invest something with their money. They're scared of pyramid schemes. They're scared of anything negative. But because we are FSA regulated, it's a case of
which is brilliant,
money
actually.
in, and that it is actually going to be put towards the community.
So my second email, this is not the time of Malcolm X, this is the time for now. I'm a mixed race household. What does Black economics mean to me?
Well, the fact is, what does Black economics mean? It means that many of our people, and I talk to many people on the street, and some of them, they come out of prison, they cannot get a job, although they have skills. And what is important is us creating a situation where we can provide work for these people. Many of our young people come out from universities, they cannot get jobs. And the idea of the ACU is to try and create jobs for these people, okay? So it doesn't matter, I mean, somebody comes and said, oh, you've been into prison? Sorry, go away. But we know that you have a skill that can benefit our community and also the other way. So we can use you because we're not going to turn you away because we realize your skill is very important, okay? Never mind what happens in the background. And this is what we aim to do, to uplift our people. That's what the ACU is all about, uplifting the black community in all aspects, not just in financial, but also in business and work capability.
So sorry, I was going to say, so my next question is, what is going on within the black community then? So if the Polish people who have recently arrived can build a network and a structure, we have the Asian community building a network and the structure, the Jewish community building a network and the structure, what's happening then within the black community?
Again, I think it goes back to these communities that come over to this country, they are able to get access to finance, whereas we're not able to get this access to finance.
Why?
To build. Well, there's a history of this country being built off of the black community. So, for instance, it was built off the back of slaves, and slaves coming to this country. And us being slaves means that we were not able to integrate economically into the system. So now the excuse is not that we was deprived funding because we were black. It's now because we don't have any resources or we don't have big houses and we don't have big business that's put up as collateral for these loans. The excuse is, well, it's because you don't have these to back the loans. But the reason we don't have those to back the loans is because of we were discriminated against because we were black.
Many people say the reason why the black community hasn't been able to do very well is because they're lazy.
Well, I will not agree with that. Many people are telling me, slow down, man, you're doing too much thing. But the fact is, what I'm saying is that in the black community, like Sir said, many of the Asians who came in, they came with money, right? Okay, and they could start business. They can employ their own. We have no such thing. Most of us, we have to depend on somebody else to give us a job. So, therefore, when you go to apply for a job and somebody doesn't say, well, I don't want to give you a job, what do? You have to go aside and do something. But if you have, if we have our own business, we say, wait a minute, come in, brother. I don't care. You came out from prison, but you have a good skill. Come in here. We'll give you a job, right? You're willing to work, okay? So this is what the ACU is all about. It's about uplifting our people to keep them out of prison, and those people who come out from universities and end up, picking up things out of the bin because they cannot get a job. They've done all these studies and they can't get, get a job in the skills that they have trained for. And this is what ACU is all about, is trying to change that.
Okay, so what next? What are the next steps and the solutions? Daniel?
I think the next stage of a solution is for people to get more information about the situation that's going on. I mean, there's a lot of boycotts happening and with the Black Lives Matter movement, and people are encouraged and enthused to do stuff. A lot of time that seems temporary. When something happens, everybody's rushing it and then it kind of fades away. I think it's really about educating exactly what you're doing. As we said before with the boycotts, people are boycotting and not knowing why we're boycotting or the right ways to boycott. So I think firstly it's about getting the information. I think secondly it's about, if you're not well versed in what's going on, then to link up with one of the organisations like My Black Market or the ACU, and there are people that are doing this full time, that are working on solutions and building things to help you. So I think get educated and then get in contact with someone who does know what they're doing and seeing how you can help.
Krystle?
I think it's about galvanising now. As Daniel said, we've had so much interest due to the police brutality in America, the Black Lives Matter movement. And it's also about getting away from the media brainwashing, because media will have you think that black people have a high propensity to violence and laziness and all these negative stereotypes. It's about us educating ourselves and our children that actually entrepreneurialism is the way. If you're, if you can't get a job, do something and make your own jobs. And it's also for the short term, I'd say, get involved in an organisation, that is dealing with the problem, because, as I said, a pound alone is different from 100 people or 100,000 people's pounds. So it's about communicating, collecting the money and working together to actually create an economic solution.
So if people want to get more information about the African Cooperative Union, what do they need to do, Brother Akram?
Well, all they have to do is go to our website, and all the information is there, and if they have any, there's contact numbers on there, they can contact us, and they can write to us at info@acu.coop, and we will pass information on to them, or whatever they want to do. And that's what I would suggest.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Daniel, how do people get information about My Black Market if they want to become involved?
Well, currently, as I said, we have a database of over 5,000 Black UK businesses. We're about to put together a system to allow people to access that information. So if people want to get involved and be a part of that, they can go to the website and they can join our empowerment. If people wanted to do that, they can join our empowerment mailing list.
Okay. Is it free?
It's free at the moment, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, brothers and sisters, for coming this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So viewers at home, you've heard the discussion on the panel. If you want to get involved, Black economics, us pooling our resources together, is it separatism or the way forward? Tweet us, email us or Facebook us. The information's at the bottom of the screen.
Just tell Vanessa, just tell Vanessa. I need a plumber and a gardener too. An electrician who can work for you. What do I want? I need a trader.com. What do I want? I need a trader.com.
Looking for a plumber or a gardener or searching for a trader in your area? Then go to ineedatrader.com. For all your trade needs under one roof, ineedatrader.com.
I need a trader. I need a plumber and a gardener too. An electrician who can work for you. What do I want? I need a trader.com. What do I want? I need a trader.com.
Looking for a plumber or a gardener or searching for a trader in your area? Then go to ineedatrader.com. For all your trade needs under one roof, ineedatrader.com.
I need a trader. Just tell Vanessa, just tell Vanessa.
Every week we highlight a community issue or business, and I'm here with a London business. We're focusing on Afro Hair Solutions, and I'm here with the director, Louisa Graver. Hello, Louisa.
Hi.
So tell me a little bit about why you decided to start the product Afro Hair Solutions.
Well, a few years ago, my hair was in a bad condition, and so I did a bit of research to find out what would be good for Afro textured hair, and I couldn't find anything in the shops. So after testing, I found what worked really well for my hair and decided to sell it onto the market.
So you were basically the guinea pig.
Yeah.
So how did you actually test the product on yourself first?
I would just see what kind of butters and essential oils would work well with my hair, and I also got other people to test it out before bringing it out onto the market.
Yeah, and how's your product been received at the moment?
Yeah, it's been received really well.
Yeah. So you've brought a lot of products in for me.
Yes.
Talk me through what the products are.
Okay, sure. So this is Let It Grow, which has curry leaf extract in it, and curry leaf is just great for hair growth. And when I used it, I found that my hair grew from half an inch to an inch in about a month's time.
Okay, so that's quite good.
Yes.
Yeah. And what about the shampoo that you have here? What's this? Can I have a look?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the shampoo.
Well, it's sulfate free, which is good for our hair because sulfates generally strip our hair of its natural oils, and Afro textured being dry anyway, so it just gives that moisture back into your hair.
Okay. So where did you test these products in terms? I know you tested them on yourself, but
Yeah.
in terms of other people.
I got them round to hairdressers and also
okay. So this is actually like a butter.
yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because it's got shea butter in it.
So how do you use this as a shampoo?
Well, you can either rub it in your wet hands,
Yeah.
or you can just put the bar directly into your hair.
And it actually smells really good.
Yes.
Gosh, okay. I wasn't expecting to find that when I opened this actually. And what's this as well?
This is the Scalp Reviver mask,
Okay.
and it's got peppermint essential oil, which helps with hair
It
growth.
smells like peppermint tea. It smells quite strong. So to leave this, do you have to leave this in your hair?
No, it's a mask, so you just leave it in your hair for 15 minutes.
Okay. And you've got a conditioning bar?
Yeah.
And how do you use this?
You use it in the same way you would with the shampoo bar, but you leave it on your hair for a bit longer, like you leave it in for 45 minutes.
This smells really nice. This actually smells like soap.
Yeah, it's got sandalwood in it, so.
And what's sandalwood? What does it do?
It's just great, again, just for smelling and just for hair growth and nourishing it.
So I stopped relaxing my hair about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So the products that you've got here, would they be good for my hair?
Yes, they're good for all textured hair.
Yeah. So if somebody has relaxed hair, they can still use this product
Yes,
as well.
absolutely.
And where do you actually sell these products?
I sell them in Ankh Wellbeing Centre in Shepherd's Bush and also in Zandy's, which is in Peckham End, Lewisham.
So tell me, Louisa, what are your future plans?
Well, I hope to build my online brand and also sell it in a few more shops.
So thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
If you do want to find out any more about Afro Hair Solutions, the information's at the bottom of the screen. Thank you.
Just tell Vanessa, just tell Vanessa.
This dilemma really made me laugh, so I had to read it out, and I hope I don't start laughing on camera. I share an office with a colleague, but she keeps on farting at work and it's really beginning to bother me. The thing is, she doesn't even acknowledge it. At first, I wondered if I was going mad, as the smell comes and she continues typing away like she hasn't done anything. It can only be her, as it's only me and her that share an office. It's really beginning to upset me as it smells really bad and it happens almost daily. Advice, how should I tackle it? Listen, the time for politeness needs to stop. Tell her about her nasty self. The odd occasion this may happen, but on a daily basis, nope. My advice is simple. Tell her to sort out her diet as her bottom burps are getting to you. If she continues with this nastiness, speak to HR and tell them that this is causing untold distress and that you need a new workspace. But like I say every week, this is just my advice. Let's hear what they say on the streets.
Just tell Vanessa, just tell Vanessa.
Interesting dilemma. Okay, you're trying to do this politely, so I'd look at a couple of things. One, how can you fix the problem? Subtly, I open the windows. Ideally, aim a fan in the direction of the windows. Maybe add a fan in the direction of your colleague and the windows. You could add like air freshener, like whenever you smell it, so it kind of like drops a bit of a hint that yes, I can smell it. And three, try and fix better food. Usually, lots of farting is due to bad diet or something that's not quite agreeing with them. So maybe kind of share some nice food that doesn't produce farts.
I think what you need to do is you can get a fan and point it at yourself so when she farts it doesn't get to you. I mean, the obvious thing is to open a window, but if that hasn't worked, then you could get an air freshener, but that's not the common sense thing. So I think you have to start dropping hints for her, you know, ask her what she eats, you know, and if you spot something that could, you know, possibly bring a lot of gas, just be like, you know, that brings a lot of gas, you know, just start giving her hints. And you know, if that still doesn't work, just come up straight with her, like, why do you keep farting? Is it you? Like, is that something you eat? Like, what is it? Like, it's really disturbing because, you know, it is natural, but still, you know, she needs to know when to do it and when to not do it. So, yeah, I think that's what you should do.
Just tell Vanessa, just tell Vanessa.
Like I say every week, a problem shared is a problem halved. So if you have a problem, email us here at dilemma@tellvanessa.com. We're coming to the end of another great show. I'd like to thank all our guests and thank you for sending in your dilemmas. We end in a show with the act we've seen before. He's brilliant. I had to bring him back. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Femi. Good night.
You say we've got an issue, so this is what it's come to. Oh, yeah. You say there's no excuses, and I should take the blame, hang my head in shame. After the pain we've been through, leaving me will heal you. I've tried as hard as I could to make a happy home, some future here without you. Don't leave me alone. Don't alone. Don't leave me to fight away the shadows at home. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Ooh, don't leave me. Don't leave me. No, no, no. Remembering those old days, yeah. The sweetest things that you'd say. Stuck in deep emotion, laughing in the rain. Take whatever came. But now I miss those old days. Oh yeah, I won't regret a mistake. No, 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 no. We may have lost the passion, but we can bring it home. Don't leave me alone. No, no. Don't leave me alone. Don't leave me alone. No. Don't leave me to battle for a future unknown. Don't leave me alone. No, please don't leave me alone. Don't leave me to fight away the shadows at home. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. No, 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 no. Don't leave me. Oh, no, don't leave me. Yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause you give me the sweetest sensation. Tonight, 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 oh yeah, the sweet sensation. Tonight, 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 don't leave me alone. Don't leave me alone. Don't leave me to battle for a future unknown. Don't leave me alone. No, don't leave me alone. Don't leave me to fight away those shadows at home.
For more information on all our shows, go to our website or get involved with the discussion and tweet us or Facebook us.
Just tell Vanessa, just tell Vanessa. Just tell Vanessa now, tell Vanessa now. Just tell Vanessa, just tell Vanessa. Just tell Vanessa, just tell Vanessa now. Tell Vanessa. Tell Vanessa now.